Welcome to the Cavity Podcast. Woo! With Jeff Green. Yeah. Sweet talks about nothing. Let's go. Hosted by a millennial, a true believer.
You now tune into the biggest,
a serial entrepreneur, talking about faith, self-empowerment,
finding solutions to become the greatest,
entrepreneurship advice, mental health, and guidance through experience.
Bring them out, bring them out.
What's good with you, bro?
I'm always blessed, baby.
Man, I know that's right. I like that kind of flavor.
Oh, yeah.
You had a good day today?
Oh, man, every day, man. I'm still here. Shit, so, you know, like I said, I'm blessed, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's another day, another chance.
Yeah, it's really no other way or nothing else to say when that's asked. Just like, man, I'm blessed.
Right,
you know, you just start learning to appreciate life differently for everything, you know what I mean? So,
man, look, the crumbs and the loaves.
Facts. Facts, man.
The crumbs and the loaves. So, man, let's tap in. I got Escrow Ray here.
Yes, sir.
Man, the leading innovator in stock options trading here in the Dallas, Texas area. And you guys need to tap into this. By the time this video comes out, I'm sure the fire be much heavier than it is now. But we're just gonna tap in real quick and get his story.
Actually, before you said it, actually global, man, because most of everybody on in my Discord, they from everywhere. So we passed Dallas like a couple of months ago. But I just want to make sure we was understood. But
yeah, there it is.
Humbly.
That right there.
Humbly.
That right there. So look, man.
Yes, sir.
We talking a little bit, and you was telling me about I believe you told me that you came from Lancaster, if I'm not mistaken.
No, so I mean, we moved to Lancaster, man. I don't know if it's Lancaster, however. But,
I don't either.
But we originally from South Dallas, man.
Okay.
Yeah, we originally from the South. You know, I grew up down the street of Palm. My whole family stayed on. You know how the whole family stayed on the whole street.
Wow.
Yeah, so we had everything. You know, grandma, auntie down here, man, aunt right here, uncle on the side. You know, so we had the whole street of South Dallas. But that was the original of it. So, we had 5 boys. So my pops, my pops he was in the streets. He understood the streets, etc. So his mind state, he wanted to move us away from it because there was so much happening at that time.
Right.
And that was really like the best things for us, man, because it did take us to a whole nother way of life and what you see, and that's why I definitely believe in like investing in your kids, not even just the basics, but whatever it takes, and that's basically what it was, so
planting the seeds early.
Yeah, man, so R.I.P. to Pops, you know what I'm saying, but I love him to death for that, because it's like that move shook a lot, and it did a lot for us differently than what it could have been, you know what I'm saying, so.
Wow.
Yes,
so
sir.
Listen, what kind of work did he do, if you don't mind me asking,
with my
when
pops?
you guys were kids? Yeah.
Man, my pops is doing a little. Honestly, man, I don't even remember. I remember my pops. I remember he was an artist though. Like Disney wanted to sign. I do remember that. So I love talking about that.
Seriously, man.
Yeah, they wanted to hire him, but like, I don't think my fam, they didn't want to allow because he was still young. He was like 17, 18.
Okay. So now, when you say he was an artist for Disney, was he drawing?
No, he was gonna be drawing. So he never took it. That was the plan though. So
Wow.
Yeah, my pops can draw, man. Like he can draw like us. Like in the look of reality, yeah. Pops was a fool with it, man.
So this is where you come from.
Like,
wow, man.
Yeah, man.
Woo, boy, that's some kind of lineage, boy.
Yeah, man.
That's some creativity. That just blew my mind.
Yeah, man. I seen a lot of his work, when he passed, we was going through stuff. I was like, man, like, I heard about it, but I started to actually see it, like, damn, okay, your pops was, artiste, so that was our story, like I say, 5 boys. Pops was an artiste, and Pops, he just, he worked. He was all around worker, you know what I mean? So my mom's was work. She held the household. She was like our big sister. Mm-hmm. My mom's is an evangelist. She is an evangelist. So
okay.
Yeah, that's where a lot of our internal strength come from. Like my mom, she was the whole block mama. You know what I'm saying? She knew what we was doing, but she didn't know what we was doing. You know what I'm saying? But it was that. But she was so optimistic that everything is always all right. So as long as you had, a mom's like mine, you good. Mm-hmm. So it ain't no woman like my mama. So yeah, my mom's is like, shit, man, she saved everybody's life.
Wow, dude.
Yeah, man.
Boy, you come from 2 powerhouses, man.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Man, it's the balance, bro.
Yeah.
It's the balance, man.
And that's so dope, man, because nowadays we barely see that.
Facts.
We barely see that, man. So just for you to be cultivated in that kind of soil lets me further know why you doing and where you at right now, man. It lets me know exactly where it comes from, but it further lets me know where it's going.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying?
Correct. Yeah. It's that's the heart of it, man.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So about this music thing.
Yes, sir.
Cesar
Ray.
Ray.
Yeah, that's my gov.
Man, now when you told me about the album on YouTube, right out here, on Spotify and Apple Music, man, I almost lost my mind because I thought it was just tracks you was recording. I didn't know you had dropped whole albums, man.
Yeah, I was doing everything. So that, like, and those that know me know that's my passion. I've always been a businessman. I used to say a hustler, but I transformed and understand I was always a businessman because it's, my biggest is anybody that I come in 5 feet from, and I'm gonna know who you are, something about you, the way you do it. It's just, I learned the power of networking, so that automatically transformed me into a businessman. Just starting from there, having the mind state, the desire, the discipline to want to be great.
Right.
So I've always had that mentality because I had a heavy roadblock early in my years. After my pops died, it was a lot of crumbling, trying to find myself. So I had beat the streets for a minute, man. I kind of went without heavy, and it happened. It was really like I didn't really appreciate it till I got back up on my feet. Basically, I hit a homeless stage.
Right.
Yeah, like shit, and it like I said, it was cool. I blamed a lot of people for so long, except myself.
Right.
Even though I didn't know what I was doing, but in the process, it was like, every decision was still mine. Because people was giving advice. Like now, people give advice. So like if I was to lose everything, it's still on me.
Right.
Or if I gain everything, it's still on me. Because either I'm taking advice from everybody, at the end of the day, my greatest accomplishments is I'm learning accountability.
Right.
And how to hold myself accountable for like whatever happens. It don't matter what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Even if we all do, it's like I'm holding myself accountable just because, it's always in my decisions and what I do and the way that I do it. So when I was going through that process, life was on hold for so long because I blamed everybody.
Right.
I was just like, y'all, you should have been doing this. If you did this, I would have been doing this.
Right.
If you did this, I'd have been better. Like life would have been better. You know what I'm saying?
I've been there too.
And in reality, it probably could have been, but it probably would have crippled me. So like now, people, people be like, man, you mean you just like, no, I'm not, man. I'm firm.
Yeah.
I don't really like dealing with anything that doesn't have a solution in the back of it. It's like, we can hear problems for a little bit, but it's like, it's like, let's seek the solution now. Or let's start to prepare. And because
in that order.
Yeah, because we don't have enough time, throughout the days to focus on something that doesn't have a solution. I think that's where a lot of people get me not understanding, you know what I mean? So, yeah, man. But overall, that's, where how the music started to resonate, because I just had stories on top of stories, and then even if it wasn't my story, it was other people's stories, you know what I mean? Like, just life in general. So and it wasn't street stories, etc. It was everything. A lot of mine was just the love accompaniment of a woman, etc. Because that's just how a lot of stuff started to come about. So it's so easy to just draw things down on paper. So that's the easiest of music, creating it. You know what I mean? So I got that forever. That's my passion. That's my baby.
Man, look, let me tell you something.
That's my baby.
I grew up Kojic, man, and started singing when I was 2-3 years old.
Already.
And started playing bass guitar when I was 6.
Oh, man, okay.
So that's about 25, 26 years of music. But I'm going to tell you something, man. I was sitting on the gift for so long.
Your packs.
And I heard you singing, dude.
Yeah, you
I heard you singing.
Inspired you.
And I went to the studio 2 weeks ago, man. So I just want you to know the power of what you do or what's planted as a seed early. You don't never know who life gonna bring you in contact with.
Facts,
you
man.
never know who you pouring into by just being yourself.
Yeah, man, facts. Dude.
You know what
Facts,
I'm saying?
Man.
So I'm like, wow, man. And just to sit here and hear the story, I'm like, this is dope.
Yeah, man.
This is divinity on full display.
Yes, sir.
And it's like you can't do nothing but rock with it. Now, what you were saying about the problems and the solutions and things like that, I'm like, I feel the same way, because for a few years I lost my way too. And you just be out here bouncing around And I was talking to him about it. I'm like, it's like an awakening.
Facts.
And after that, it's like you put the magic glasses on, and it's always black and white.
Yes, sir.
Because we don't have no time to waste.
That's the biggest, man. Like, that's, I don't know, it's like time, like you just, you know, like the things that can get to me the most is when I think about like wasted time. I got, you know, I got a song called Past Start. It's actually one of my biggest thus far. That one, I'm in a few more, but like that one, it's one of my favorite because it just explains how I procrastinated so much. And I just feel like procrastination is just like.
And what's the name of that song?
Past Start. It's on
Past Start.
Yeah, like it's just basically getting past start. Escrow Ray, CAESARE.
Okay, cool.
Past Start. Yeah.
And there's some healing on that record too. So make sure you pull that up on Apple Music,
Apple, Spotify, YouTube, right wherever.
Pull that up.
Video for it on YouTube. PASS Start.
Yeah.
Yes, sir, man.
Big.
And that was the biggest of just my I had a lot of procrastination, feeling like things need to be perfect within doing, opposed to just knowing like, dude, just go. You're gonna adapt as you're going. But I never understood. I was never really properly taught that. I feel like things need to be set up properly before I start to like start. And it's like, man, it's never such thing. You know what I'm saying? So it's like going, and that's pretty much like how I did the like the stock options. It was just man, let's just go. It don't matter. You know what I mean? Let's
right.
Go. And that just ran so heavy. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
now, simplicity profits.
Simplicity profits.
This is the juice of the day right here. We've been waiting on this.
Oh man, yes sir.
Simplicity profits. First of all, man, what were you reading to come across stock options in the first place that actually sparked your interest like it did? What happened?
That just goes back to like what I said before, man. Network. Like if I get in five feet of someone, I'm gonna know what you do. You know what I mean? Like I just figured out what he do. Overall, you know, when I met you, I knew what you done. Because you're cheating yourself if you get around people you don't know what they do. You don't know whose value of what. Even if it's just a speaking, you know, the greatest way to build is to start a conversation, give somebody a compliment. It's just a little game for everybody. You know, compliment shoes, compliment, you know, your chain, you know what I'm saying? Like your car, like compliment things, just open up a conversation with it. So one of the things that somebody asked me a long time ago, so you know, escrow comes from real estate. I'm a real estate developer.
Okay, yeah, escrow. Yeah. Escrow Ray is
from real estate because I was doing fix and flips. You know, I was agency. I was doing a lot. I was the hustler. I was always entitled. Escrow is the title company. You know what I'm saying? Even like I think spiritualists, they like escrow is like the middle between the universe and God or something like that.
Okay.
I don't want to misconstrue, but escrow is always the key piece.
Right.
So in real estate, like once you get an escrow, everybody's happy. So somebody was just saying it like, dude, this dude's like I was an escrow, and it just stuck with me. You know what I'm saying? Because I was doing things that people was afraid to do. You know, people wouldn't do. You know what I mean? Wholesaling houses up, and you know I ain't gonna get too deep, but I was a fool. I was a businessman.
I'm talking about just walking on water with it.
Yeah, just going heavy with it, man. You know what I'm saying? Strong, man. So. That's basically how the name came, the Escrow Ray name. It was solidified through real estate. You know what I'm saying? So when I was in real estate, that's my bad. That was my train of thought I lost. When I was in real estate, somebody asked me one time in California. They was at this seminar. They was just like, "How valuable is your phone? Like, how much is your phone worth?" And in the key of understanding, basically what he's saying, like, if you get in a jam, right now, you got to start asking yourself, how much is my phone worth? How valuable is my phone? Basically meaning how many people can I go through my phone and contact to start to fix my problems like expeditiously. You know what I'm saying? And that comes from like preparing for war in a time of peace. Like when you're at your most calm and chill stages is when you're supposed to be putting in the most work. You know what I'm saying? Like when people go to the army, to the military, like they're practicing the hardest before they go to war. You know, it's like the ant and the grasshopper. You know, we got too many grasshoppers, not enough ants. And basically the ants, when it was chill, summertime, remember they were storing food and the grasshopper was playing. Right. So when the winter came, the grasshopper, you know, he starved and he died because he wasn't prepared for the winter. And the ants, they were stored with enough food to last them throughout. Right. So that basically is come to terms to saying how valuable is your phone.
Right.
Because now when you're in a position of building, when you're at peace, your phone will become very valuable. Because you can just call somebody. It's like someone, I'm extremely useful. You know, I'm never to be used, but I'm extremely useful.
Right.
Or, you know, if I am used, then I'm gonna make sure I'm using somebody back. It's just like, hey man, take me to work. You know, can you take me to work?
Right.
Like, bet, give me some gas money. We just used each other.
Right.
If it's just like, can you take me to work? And it's like, yeah, I'm taking to work every day, and like I'm filling up my own gas tank.
Right.
That's how most people live in life. Like you're being taken advantage of so much, and you're allowed. And so that comes back again. What I keep saying, how valuable is your phone? Because if you can't make calls in your phone to people that you deal with daily just to help out of situations and not to complain and cry and waste energy, wasting time, but if you can't get in there and like fix situations, wherever type of situations you're dealing with, man, you got to start restructuring your whole life. First, you got to start internally looking at yourself like, dude, I'm really like the grasshopper.
Right.
Because life is gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? Like every at the beginning of every month, we gotta pay rent or mortgage. We gotta pay bills. So either you're preparing
on schedule,
you know what I'm saying?
And it don't miss.
So either you're preparing yourself to pay your bills or you're not. And a lot of people don't. So a lot of people wait until it's time to actually pay bills, and now you know what I'm saying? Now they like,
I got everything.
Now they like, oh man, let me start calling people and see if people can help me. And it's like, it's too late. Like now you're at war.
Right.
You're supposed to be preparing for the war when you was at peace. You was supposed to be preparing to pay your bills like around the 5th and the 6th. You waiting until the 20th, 21st, like, man, I gotta hear him try to finally make this rent money. Man, it's too late. So again, I'm just saying all that to say, that's what got me into stock options. I know I kind of went in circles. I do that sometimes. But I had the right, my phone was valuable. So I had the right type of people. So I was doing real estate. Real estate commissions is extremely nice, but sometimes it can take too long. So I was literally just going through my phone, hitting it. And people that know me, that'll see this and that talk to me, I'm like, I need to find a way to make money every day. Because I was coming from places of making money like every day. On the other side. Right. You know what I'm saying? So when I came on this side of doing, you know, righteous, it's like, man, I need to find a way to make money every single day because, you know, holding our checks, like, that's dangerous because you never know what can come up. And so I was going through a lot of stuff, man. I started tapping into credit building, fixing, you know, it was like, man, that was kind of like stagnant for me. You know, it's good. It was just stagnant for me, but I learned. And I went through a couple of things, and eventually it just brought me to stock options. Right. Yeah, and it just really took off from there. It just took off, man.
So stock options.
Yes, sir.
The foundation of it, and I'm a fan of it too, man. I'm actually in this guy's Discord.
Yes, sir. That's my guy.
As an admin and right hand, man. So we do this every day, like clockwork. So just coming into the the options trading game. For the listeners, on a scale from 1 to 10, how hard is it to do?
So it's not hard to do. It takes discipline to learn and master, but it is with the proper coach. You know, it's easy. Like in your case, you know, like when you first came to me, it really took you a week.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, but you were disciplined. Right. And I told you, I said study, like make sure learn. And I didn't overcoach you either. Right. So a lot of people are overcoached, and that's just with anything. Like when you start to become overcoached, and it's too much. That's like
in your head.
It's too much going on. It literally can deprive you of the simpleness of it. So a lot of people they overcoach because they're trying to make it easy. And it's just like life. Like, let me find the easiest. Like, dude, you don't have to make life easy. Like, find your discipline, put in the work, and then it becomes simple. That's where simplicity came from. Right. Because the way that I move on stock options, it just became so simple. Like, man, like the way I teach it, the way I show it, I'm not all over the place the way I was originally taught. Right. And it was trying to make it too easy to where it made it too hard.
Right, that makes sense.
Yeah, man.
And it's already a lot of technical stuff that you have to...
Too much.
You know, so yeah.
Way too much, man.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So getting into the stock options, kind of tell them a little bit about the two platforms that we use. kind of like the setup of it, just the overview setup, and a rundown of how we do things.
I mean, everybody can use wherever broker. You have to use a broker. You know, we use of TD Ameritrade. You know, people you can use of whatever. You know, you got different. You know,
at TD Ameritrade, that's the app, right, on your phone.
That's the broker.
Okay.
Because you got to be up on the broker to trade.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, Thinkorswim is the app. That's where we place our entry. You know, that's where we buy our contracts and sell. So you basically, instead of us buying full stocks, you know, we're actually just buying contracts. So we're buying and selling within the same day. So it's beyond less riskier than buying the stocks and holding the stocks.
And that's what the option is.
Yeah.
It's contracts.
Yes.
100 contracts stuffed into one.
Yeah. And it's just, even if the market is, because if you're holding and the market was going down, like remember the market was going down heavily, like, and it still is right now, like it's kind of corrupted. Right. So we still profit though, because we can profit if the market is going down or if the market is going up.
Yeah.
So it don't really matter.
Bullish or bearish.
Bullish or bearish.
Gotta know what you're doing.
And if you don't, like I said, come holler at Escrow. Man.
Yeah, Escrow, and he gonna get your bag right.
Oh, man,
I'm a mentee, so man, you know I know.
We got people doing numbers. We even got newer people. The biggest about it is, the greatest is everybody's winning. No, let me rephrase that. Like, people aren't losing,
right?
Because a lot of Discord people are winning, but then they're losing too. So my method, because to me, I just never wanted to lose, man. I always felt some way when I came, because people's like, man, you gonna lose, like, you're gonna have losing days. I'm just like, dude, like, we're manifesting that?
Right.
You know
Are we really saying that out loud?
At some point, you're gonna starve, you know what I'm saying? Like, no matter how light you go.
Man.
I'm just like, dude, why? Like, I have to lose? And I'm just like, so I stood out on my own. I was a lot of people around me. I was just like, I don't want to lose. Like, if I have to lose, I feel like this is not what I want to do. And they was like, no, you're gonna lose. And so I just realized a lot were, because a lot was trying to keep finding ways to make it easy. You know, the charts doesn't change. The chart stays the same. Like, the chart's been the same. Yeah. They either going up or they going down.
Yeah.
But people keep recreating so much stuff trying to make it easy. I just teach the charts. Like, when I taught you, I didn't teach you indicators.
Right.
I used maybe 2. But I taught you how to learn to read the charts. So the charts are the same. The charts are
right.
You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it does this.
Right.
Textbooks. Like, we don't have to go through, like, what's this indicator? What does it do? When it tell you this, you get in. When they say this, get out. Like, come on, bro. That's man-made, man.
Right.
I don't want that type of control of someone who has nothing to do with the charts.
Exactly.
So that's the greatest of learning how to not lose, because, you know, I've been eating for months now.
Right.
I haven't had no, like, if I'm losing maybe a tester, you know, it's one contract to see what it does, and that's maybe $20, but then, you know, you see, like, where I was at yesterday.
Right. You know, and you know what? That form of the way you break it down and teach specifically, I mean, in today's society and what we just coming out of, what we in right now, coming out of a pandemic, and honestly, to me, we still in one, and in a recession. So for people that's stressed, for people that's already probably in debt and looking for a fresh way out, shoot, for kids that don't got college tuition, that's trying to pay your way through school, for the mama that's 65 or the grandmama that's 60, 65 trying to watch the kids, that's how simple this is.
It is.
That's how simple Escrow Ray breaks this stuff down. Yeah. And it's like, dude, this is an amazing tool that I just got exposed to. It's been around for years, though.
Yeah, man.
But I just got exposed to it, and I'm like, wow, this is off the chain.
Yeah, and it's so, I got like 4 people that came up under me that I was starting their own Discord. So that's what I'm saying, the teaching.
Wow.
Yeah, teach, because most people try to make it easy. They try to just help people build money, like, you know. So a lot of people come to me like, hey, you do call outs? Can I be on? And I'm just like, dude, if you don't never learn to fish for yourself, like, you're gonna have to depend on me forever.
So you said 4 people have built Discord. So Discord, for anybody that don't know, that's an educational, pretty
platform.
Much inbox, envelope, email system that's catered to mentees, people that want to learn education, people that just want to be in the private chatting room with somebody to learn.
Correct.
So he's saying that he created 4 people that got 4 different Discords. That's 4 different lanes of education going on
now.
with the same thing. That's 4 educators with people up under them under the umbrella. And that all came out of Simplicity Profits.
Yes, sir.
Here with Escrow Ray.
Yeah.
So that's dope. Now, I know for a fact that there's about 4 different styles of trading.
Yes, sir.
We got scalping. We have what is it? Day holds.
The whole day hold.
We have weekly holds, and then we have monthly holds.
Yeah.
Or you could just look at the charts and see where you want to play it. You could do a yearly hold. And with options, it's so many contracts compiled with that one stock fractional shares that you make way more money than you would make by holding one traditional stock. So if you pick a stock, man, and you know for a fact, according to the charts, that in a year's time or in 6 months' time or in 2 to 3 months' time, it could go up and down. It's like reading that chart. It's like a weather indicator. You can see how the weather goes. So you could drop 1,000 contracts, wait 2-3 months, and be up 300,000 versus buying one stock way back in 67, and now here today in 2022. You probably just got 25,000 off of it.
Because it's so up and down.
You know what I'm saying?
Up and down.
So that's the power of that. Now, which style do you specialize in?
I specialize in sniping and scalping. So sniping is one of the biggest I call. So sniping can be 1 to 5 minutes. It's like sniper mode. You gotta be a cold sniper. Because if not, it's finna take it fast. Because that means it's finna hit his level and it's finna pull back on.
Yeah.
So
and either you gonna go red or lose a chunk of your money that you just sit there and waited on.
Yeah. So I do sniper, but then a lot of time my sniper could turn to scalp because I master playing safe, like I said, not losing. I'm not focusing on winning. I'm focusing on not losing. I'm playing defense. It's like the football. It's not the offense. I'm more focused on defense.
Right.
That's what we're calling it. You know what I mean? Like
protection,
we're gonna make sure that we don't lose. Yeah. Like when people do stuff, I can automatically see. You know what I'm saying? Like we had conversations where you be like, man, this happened. I said, what you play? You said, you did this right here. You like, yep. I said, I already know.
And that's how it is. It's like reading a forecast when you read the charts.
Yes.
Once you learn what's gonna happen, you can predict. You could go back and look at it and see where you went wrong. So that way, the next time you play, you know what I'm saying, it comes back your way. And once you master it, man, you print your own money every day,
man. And then the biggest is you have to just be willing to learn. A lot of people not willing to learn, man. Like people are so comfortable. You got to think how many people can be amazing at a lot of things, but people keep starting and stopping. Like I was in real estate, man, almost 4 years plus before I got into day trade. Real estate was hectic. And no matter how long it took me almost probably like close to a year before I even just started to like get rolling. But I understand the power of like what they taught us when we was kids. Like, man, you can do whatever you put your mind to. People truly don't understand the power in things that's given to us. Like that's like the most powerful. That statement is so powerful, bro. And like people don't understand. Like you can go become president if you like. I'm gonna be president. The thing is, people give up at some point.
Right.
Not giving up and it's like, dude, I'm going until I'm dead.
Right.
I'm not stopping until I'm dead. So if it don't happen, it don't mean I failed. I died. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying?
Like I didn't stop.
Right.
And that's where I'm at. That's why I said when I was in real, it was the same thing. Just really, at times things can become stagnant.
Right.
But the same with day trading, man, or anything, man. Like you got to be disciplined enough to be like, I'm finna keep going. If not, you finna keep starting over. People done start over like so much stuff, man. Every 3 months, man. Anyway, let me do something. And it's like, dude, it's not the situation. It's you. It's you. You keep stopping. You keep read. Like, let me go back in and do something new. Like my thing, I never stopped real estate. I pulled back for a minute, but I still had my seeds planted. I put so many people on in real estate. You know what I mean? Specifically, a lot of ladies. I helped them. Come in and I was connecting them with each other. Ladies just, they're more calm and they're more patient. I don't have patience. It took me time. And
he said I had to master patience.
So that's what I worked around. A lot of time with men, we can bump it because everybody want to be the chief. I did a music interview one time, man. They was trying to tell me about some stuff that Erykah Badu said. They was like, Erykah Badu said she don't feel like it's her obligation to help artists out of Dallas. I was like, okay. It's like, how do you feel? I was, okay. So it was like, we need controversy. I'm just finna uplift. I love Erica, man.
Right.
Man, Erica from South Dallas.
Right.
You know, I'm way younger, but I love Erica, man. I love Erica, dude. Like, I just love what she stands for, man. Like, what I look like destroying, trying to attack a queen, bro, because of how she feels about something. You want me to attack someone because of how they feel? Who does that hurt?
Right.
And that's where I start to like, okay, I see how this is, because everybody feels like controversy. Like, dude, I don't like controversy. I mean, I understand, you know, entertain here and there, you know, but man, 10% entertainment, but like you have to be 90% of coaching, teaching. It's easy for me to, because all of this is real. It's not a gimmick. I don't have to like, man, I think it's like, nah, dude. I'm not talking about like the hardest of my life. You know what I'm saying, man? I done caught a bid, man. I done live life.
Right.
But it's not important.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I done had a lot of stuff where I'm not a victim of things anymore.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And that's why I'm saying, like, I believe in just uplifting now. No matter how people go about things, no matter how people feel about certain situations.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why, you know, I even applaud, you know, you guys for what y'all do, because it is of uplift. Like,
right.
Let's talk of positivity.
Right. For real.
And people fear that, because people more like, man, just give me 2 strong people, man. If 2 million people want to jump off a cliff, let them.
Right.
I said that when I started my Discord. I said, man, I was like, man, I'm not holding people's hand. I want to teach people how to do it themselves. Now my whole Discord, nobody's asking me, when do I get in? When it's like everybody just like, man, look, I wanted that. I'm like, good job.
Right.
And I said that. I said, man, if you give me 2 good people who just want to learn it themselves, man, I'm good.
The saying goes, a few good men.
That's it, man. Like that, you know, that was the honor of 300.
Yeah,
it's like,
you know
give me good 300 man. We finna go take on whole countries.
Fact.
300, and that's all it is, man. Like, I don't have to have, but most that come in, you start to realize a lot of people want that. It's just the toxicity of everybody else that's around.
Right.
And a lot of it starts with things of this nature. You know what I'm saying, man? We got to kick positivity regardless of what's going on, because it's way more negativity than positivity. You know what I mean? But it's easy to seek it. You know, just like we talk about the leverages of stress and depression, and man, in that it's also strength.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And we have to seek out to find that strength, and then help others to find their strength when they're dealing with it.
Right.
It's just so many choose to go towards that because it's easier to go towards that.
Right.
But there's also strength in the world, man. And I just believe in, like, I deal with all of it, man, a lot. But I always wanted to find my strength, because I knew, like, dude, if I just get through this day, I'm good. And that's why I always tell myself, man, just give it one more day. And I kept saying, give it one more. I was like that in real estate, man, for the longest. Just give it one more day. I just give it one more day. Don't give up now. Just give it one more day. And I just kept giving it one more day, man. And then it jumped off. Same thing with day trading, man. I was like, give it one more day. And I do that every day, man. Just give it one more day. All right, just one more day. All right, it's still not today. Come on, one more day. And I mean, shit, dude, that ending of the day is gonna be when I perish. That's it. You know, and I know that. I'm not a quitter, man. So I'm saying salute you, man, for even having a positivity of a platform, man.
Look, man, that's all this is. It's bringing something new, creativity with a whole lot of flavor and a whole lot of swag.
Yes, sir.
And man, just using it, man, as a tool.
Yes, sir.
As a tool.
Yes, sir.
Because you never know who's looking, who's listening,
that's the man.
Who's reaching, who needs reaching.
Yeah.
You know, so that's what this is all about. So, man, if you could leave my guest with a tidbit, I was going to do the tidbit, man, but you done just took over. If you could leave my guest with a short, quick tidbit to close this thing out, what would you say?
Man, just keep going, man. It's really just that, like, that's the simpleness of it. You know, don't seek easiness in life. Everybody keeps trying to seek everything that's easy, and it's just like, dude, just keep going, and things become so simple. Yeah. It's like a job, you know what I'm saying? When you first start learning how a job you're working, you know, you're not finding the easiest way to do it. It's like the more, you know,
reps,
it's gonna eventually come like, man, it done became so simple. Because once it's simple, it's done now. Like, if you find easy, something else can transpire and it can remove it. But man, once it's simple, it's like, oh man, I can do that. It's simple.
Right.
Like I can go in here and do 50 push-ups. Simple.
When I used to couldn't do 5.
Yeah. So I'm not finding the easiest way to do it because there's no easy way to do it.
Right.
But once I got it, now it's so simple. It's like, dude, 50. Oh shit, man, I'm killing them. Now I'm finna get up to 100. You know what I'm saying? So that's the thing is, it's just no matter what you're doing in life, like keep going. Like don't stop and network. I don't care what you do, how you do it, network. Some of the easiest ways to network, like I said, if you got people around you, start learning how to meet people. You know, no matter how. Test yourself on meeting people, networking. You know, online made it extremely easy, but network. You know, search things that you're looking for, search businesses. You can Google businesses near me. Man, I go to so many events just to meet people, because you never know who you're gonna meet. And it don't just have to be in the field that you're in. Just go to business meetups. Like, there are always business meetups somewhere. When I travel, I'm gonna hit a business meetup regardless. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of what, if it's a real estate meetup, if it's a IRA event, like, man, I'm gonna meet somebody. I'm gonna meet somebody that's important. Because I'm gonna meet, like, 50 people within that time frame. And just, that's gonna be your greatest gift to accomplishment, because now your phone is gonna become extremely valuable.
Exactly. Through relationships.
Through relationships, man. 100. Don't beat that.
Well, we gonna wrap that one up, boy. This has been a great one. Shoot, I'm sitting up here getting fed. I had to be quiet. So yeah, this been a fire episode, man. Escrow Ray with Simplicity Profits here in Dallas, Texas. But not just here, it's global, baby.
Global, baby.
Remember, we love you, but no one will love you more than you love you. We'll talk to you next time, baby. Thank you for tuning in to the Cavity Podcast. This is a production of Cousin Cavity LLC. Remember, we love you, but no one will ever love you as much as you love you. Until next time.
If you can save me from me, I'll be totally fine. But fake love and step down, sometimes refuse to subside.
This is Jeff Green signing out with the Cavity Podcast.
Peace.
This is Jeff Green signing out with the Cavity Podcast.